Alright guys, how's it going? It's that time of the year again, where I do my Watch of the Year award. For the last few years, I've basically, when I was doing the written stuff, I would give like maybe 5 or 6 contenders, then pick one watch. However, this year, because I'm now on YouTube as well as ZaltekReviews.com, I thought I'd do it a wee bit different and categorise them all, i.e. the best chronograph, the best pilot's watch, the best field watch, dive watch, but you get the idea. So that's what I'm going to do today. As you can probably tell by the watches that are laid out in front of me, I'm quite partial to a white dial, as you probably already know. Anyway, let's get into it then, shall we? You good, girl? Saying hello to the camera? Eh? Look at the size of you. That's a king size bed, by the way. Look at the size of her. She's a Romanian sheepdog, by the way. In case you're wondering. She's a good girl. Ain't you, hen? You a good girl? Ah, you're a good girl. Say bye then. Right guys, let's get into this then. I don't want this to be a really long video. Right, first up, pilot's watches. I'm not going to do this in any specific order. I'm just going to give the contenders of this is only the ones that I've reviewed obviously in 2021. Right. What shall we say first? Pilot's watches. The Turbulence V2 from Dekla Watches. Absolutely superb watch. I'll put all the links to my reviews, whether it be written or on YouTube. I think the majority will be written because I only started YouTube in October. Yep. The Dekla Turbulence V2, that's a definite contender. The Borealis Icarus, another definite contender. That was actually one of my surprise watches of the year. Having that Ronda automatic movement, and it was relatively cheap. It was about $400 or something, if I remember rightly. What's that, about £300? Aye, that was a good one. I do have a couple here that I think are contenders. First one being this one. I've not even reviewed this yet. I've just not had the time to review it, but I've been wearing it quite a bit. And it's the San Martin. Oh, what's the friggin' number of this thing again? SN022-G, I think. See, I've not got any notes on this because, as I say, I've not reviewed it yet, but this is amazing. Full lume dial. Build quality is excellent and it's cheap. It cost me, what was it, £150 delivered. That's including all the tax and all the rest of the bump. Brilliant watch. Right, put that one over there. I've got watches everywhere, man. Next up, pilot's watch category, you have the RZD, and for the fucking life of me, I forgot the name of it. Ah, fuck! It's not the Endeavour. That was the dive watch. It's not the... Oh, the Fortitude, that's it. This thing. I love the bracelet on it. I've not even reviewed this yet, because it's just arrived. And I mean just arrived. It's been here like a day and a half. The only thing I would change about this watch, see the crosshair? I'd remove that. Apart from that, it's a fucking superb watch. This is another full lume dial, by the way. This is actually a prototype. A definite contender. Right. So, let's, without further ado, because I've got a lot to get through, my pilot's watch of the year 2021 is this one, the RZD. I forgot the name of it again. No, Fortitude. Fucking hell. Aye. Well done, Travis. Brilliant watch, mate. Love it. Best crown I've ever seen, by the way. Next up is GMT watches. I've not reviewed many GMT watches this year, to be honest with you. So there's only 2 contenders. and that being the Odyssey GMT from EMG Watches. I'll put the link somewhere. Aye, fantastic watch. When it was first announced, I thought it was maybe a bit overpriced, but since then they have reduced the price. I think it was 750, but I think they reduced it to a pre-order. What was it, 595 or something like that? Don't quote me on that, but at 595, superb watch and a definite worthwhile contender. The second watch that I haven't actually reviewed, well, I have and I haven't, if you know what I mean. I've reviewed the sports watch version of this, but this is actually one that I bought myself. And it's the Christopher Ward C63 Sealander GMT. I'm not going to cut about the bush. This, outstanding. And this is my GMT watch of the year. Well done, Christopher Ward. Right, next up, Chronographs. I'm not usually a big fan of chronographs. I'm just more of I like three-handers with a date complication and maybe a day complication. That's about it. That's about as far as I go. But I've reviewed a few chronographs throughout the year. So first up, contender, I reviewed this quite recently, about 3 weeks ago, is the MMI Turret Marine chronograph. I'll put the link up or a picture up on the screen. I thought that was excellent. I just loved the way it wore on wrist, and it was cheap. I think it's actually, as of today, is it still on? I'm pretty sure it's still on Kickstarter. If it is, it's not got long to go. Aye, that's a definite contender. That was a brilliant watch. I really liked that. And I will be getting the white version sent to me. Next up, I actually reviewed this in June in 2021, but I only reviewed it, but they sent me another one. That's what I'm basically trying to say. And it's this. This is the most underrated watch I think I've seen in terms of like how much love it gets in the watch community and whatnot. If you've not seen one of these watches, alright, they're quite expensive for a Mecha Quartz, but oh my god, the build quality, man, it's fucking outstanding. I actually when I reviewed it back in June, it was just on a strap, but it had that fastback system. It's got it on this as well. And basically, there's no lugs to the watch at all. And oh man, see the tolerances on this, it's brilliant. Absolutely excellent. Build quality is fantastic. And when they were doing a new one, this one, they call this a panda version, even though it's not a panda, because it's silver and black. How many silver fucking pandas have you seen? I thought it was going to be white, because I'm a huge white dial fan. But it's silver, but oh man, still fucking beautiful watch. It really is. Build quality, as I say, it's phenomenal. Great watch. Right, that was the contender. Another contender is this. I reviewed this quite recently as well. I still got it. This one, so I'm not keeping it because it's gone away to Josh at Watch It All About. But I'm not sending it. Not for another week yet because he's no available now, so it's just staying here until then. Brilliant. What I love it. If I could shrink this a wee bit, I said in my video it was going to be a wee bit too big for me. Then I tried it on in the wrist shot. I was like, fuck, I'm going to get one. I still wish it was a bit smaller though. I wish it was a 41 and made the lug to lug 47. Oh, this should definitely win because I love it. I love the white dials, white sub dials on the main white dial. It's beautiful, man. Aye, definite contender. However, my chronograph of the year, without a doubt, just basically because of the build quality, the attention to detail, just the way it's been done. It's this one. It's got to be. The SYE Motion 1 chronograph. No, the SYE Motion Chronograph, and this is the latest version, as I say, with the option of the bracelet. The bracelet is fantastic as well, screw pins and everything. It doesn't have female end links, but it doesn't need it because it's not got any fucking lugs, man. You'd need to have a tiny, tiny wrist and get away with this. It's beautiful. It looks quite thick there, but it's no. I can't remember the thickness off the top of my head, but I wear this a lot. This is my grab and go watch. Obviously, because it's quartz. I mean, this is my G-Shock. Right, up next is... Oh, no, I'll not do that one. I'll do... I decided to split these because the list would be too long otherwise. Dive watches. What I'm going to do is split them in half to like normal three-hander divers and the super compressor style dive watches. So I'll do the super compressors first. Alright, I know they're not all proper super compressors, you know, over the fucking case back compresses as it goes deeper and all that shit. But there just seems to be an abundance of this style of watch, and I've got to say, I've got 3 contenders, and I don't actually have any of them here yet. One isn't even in production yet. It was just a prototype I had. The other one, I was really sad to see it go. In fact, same the other one as well. Right, the contenders are... Nothing to show you in the pictures on camera, I'm afraid. So you can look at my sexy hands. Right, aye. You've got the Super Sport from Circular Watches. That was a proper super compressor, i.e. it done exactly what it said in the tin. It was a proper super compressor watch. Whereas, you know, it got compressed as it went deeper and that. Beautiful size, beautiful everything. It was, how much was that again? $680 I think it was. Brilliant watch, brilliant watch. Excellent bracelet, everything about it. It was fucking excellent. There's nothing more I could say about it. Up next is, and now I'm a huge fan of this brand, and that is the DRZ05 Solaris from Dorenzo Watches. That's got to be a contender because that was stunning, and Sergio, the man that owns it, he was really kind enough to send me the most expensive model that was available, the Meteorite version, and I loved it, and I was gutted when it left. I even said in my video, Sergio, let me buy this, but it never got entertained, so I didn't get to buy it. Next, the other contender is the Maelstrom from Mitch Mason Watches. Loved this thing. I thought, out of the 3, it wore the best. There's no other way about it. And I've spoke to the owner, Ben, and they are actually producing a white version after the Kickstarter campaign was so successful. It was one of the stretch goals. So obviously I'm getting the white one. Nothing to show you on camera, as I say, but for me, I would say the super compressor style watch of the year, it's got to go to Mitch Mason. It's got to be. Mainly well, I just loved everything about the watch. The bracelet, the design, very unique design. Looks like nothing else. With the cathedral hands and all sorts of stuff. And the price coming in, what was it, $449 or something? Which is just a shade above 300 quid. It just puts the others, you know, it's just because of the price. And the way it wears on wrist, that is my super compressor style watch of the year. Field watches. Now, I've got a bit of a problem with this. Mainly because the first contender, now you might laugh when you see it, is this. Now, and what fucking planet is this a field watch? To me, it's, alright, technically it's a field watch, but if I was to describe it, it's like a dressy sports watch. First contender. I love this watch. This is actually mine. I got this from, obviously, Borealis. I love it. But I just find it difficult to label it as a field watch. I love the dial, this snowflake dial, man. Oh, it's fucking gorgeous. I would have liked it with a date at 6, but the dial just supersedes that. I just had to have this. I love it. The first contender anyway, field watch. I'm afraid there's one field watch that just outranked. There's nothing come close. Even if I had more to show you, or more contenders, I know for a fact this one would win. Field watch of the year for me is the Bunker from Swiss Watch Company. Fucking amazing watch. And I've just released a titanium bracelet for it that you can buy separately. See if they've done a white dial version of the Bunker and then I paired it with the separate bracelet, I think I would just cream my pants. That watch is fantastic. And it's the fucking phenomenal value. You can buy them now without the bracelet for $425, I think it is. It's went up a wee tiny bit since I reviewed it, but you're only talking like $20 or something. But it's about £300. That's the way to look at it. And it's phenomenal. Swiss made, 16 layers of anti-reflective coating on the sapphire crystal. It's got 20 layers of Swiss Super Luminova. And it's no, what everybody tells you in all the other reviews, it's X1 grade, blah, blah, blah. It's not. It's no C3 X1. It's not at all. It's BLW10, which is technically only reserved for companies in the Swatch Group. But as you know, the owner used to work for the Swatch Group, so he managed to blag it. Right, I do apologise if my lighting situation has went to fuck, but I'm not going to sit and charge this just for another 5 minutes of video. It's just the wee tiny, I've still got the main lights, but my spotlight thing on the top of my mount here is, the battery's fucking ran out. Right, what's next? Sports watches. Right, contenders. First contender is the Formex Essence 39. Now, I bought that, and I thought it was a fantastic watch. The only thing I didn't like about it was, see the suspension system, and you had the hex bolts coming through the bezel and the case. I didn't like that, because I didn't think the suspension system was something that they needed, to be honest with you. Apart from that, I would have to say it's got the most beautiful dial I've seen in a long time on any watch. The Formex Essence 39. Still a fucking beautiful, beautiful watch, and it's under £1,000. That's no dollars, by the way, that's pounds. £975 I think I paid for that thing. I hope my fucking wife doesn't see this video. She'll probably go, "What? You paid what?" Aye, but I sold fucking 3 watches to pay for the thing. You know what I mean? As soon as I've just got fucking hundreds and hundreds of pounds lying about doing fuck all. Anyway, aye, that's a definite contender. Next contender is this. Yep, I've got both. It's the C63 cylinder automatic. Not the GMT one, the GMT, that's over there. This is a sports watch. So you can get this, I think it's about £600 once you take off your voucher. There's always a voucher floating about. You'll pay obviously about £100 more if you want it on bracelet. But this is probably one of the most worn watches I've had, that I've worn, sorry, since it was released. I love this thing. This is actually a rebuy, and it was that good. I bought the GMT one and all. However, I'm not keeping both. But this, just definitely, it's got to be a contender for Sports Watch of the Year. It's fucking outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. I've said that one, that's last year's. Just a shout out to the second hour Mandala. Still love that watch. But I reviewed that last year, so it can't be a contender this year. What am I missing? Another contender is the DRZ04 Mondial. Or some fucking nuggets call it the Mondial. Fucking arseholes. Think Formula 1, think Grand Prix, that kind of language, you know. Ah, fuck, where is it? I think my father-in-law's got that one. Bastard. Fucking bastard. Sports watch of the year for me, I would say the DRZ04 Mondial from Lorenzo. Well done, Sergio. That's 2 nominations you've had, and you've won one. I will say, if you're watching this, Sergio, the DRZ04, you fucking hit the nail on the head with that one. That was a beautiful, beautiful watch. Aye, well deserved the sports watch of the year. Right, I'm not going to bother stopping it and starting it again. I'm going to do the dive watch, because this is probably the big one, eh? Right, contenders. Get to the right section. Right, I've got to give a shout out, and it's a definite contender. I just wish it had been here in time, like very latest one, and that's the Freediver from Traska Watches. I do have one coming. I do have the new white dial coming, but it's not coming till like the last half of January, maybe the beginning of February even, I don't know. But that's got to be because it missed out in Watch of the Year last year because it never arrived until the 6th of January. That's when I reviewed it. But it's got to be a contender for this year because even that one, when they changed the movement and all that to the Miyota and everything, it just made an excellent watch, an outstanding watch. So, aye, definite contender, the Traska Freediver. Can't go wrong with that watch. Fucking brilliant. The Sea Shade from Australis Watch Company. From all the way across the globe in Australia. That's it. That's a definite contender for Dive Watch of the Year. I should have actually bought one. I should have backed it because they were doing the white dial, obviously, with the date at 6 and everything. $390 for, which is under £300 for a Salita SW200. It had the hardness coating on the case and the bracelet. It had shit tons of AR coating. The loom was fucking amazing, extremely well built. You couldn't fault it. It was one of the best buys of the year. I wouldn't stick it in a budget category because it's still around, just under £300. That's a definite contender for Dive Watch of the Year. What else have I got? Right, next up, I've actually got the next two here with me. First up is this. Let me get some light on it again. And it is the Waldorf Seawolf. I just reviewed this recently. And I basically spent my entire review gushing over the camera. That's how good this thing is. It's also got the best loom that I've seen all year. An absolutely outstanding. I still have to put this on my elite list. If you look at the elite list, and this isn't on here, I've not done it yet, but it will go on there because it's a fucking phenomenal watch. Absolutely phenomenal. Alright, it's like $780, but it's worth every penny. I really mean that. I'm Scottish. I like things that are cheap and great value, like the Sea Shade from Australis. But this, it's leagues above. It's definitely the best dive watch under $1,000 that I've seen. And I've seen a lot of watches, and I'm comparing this thing to like the Seiko, fucking wankers. Christopher Ward, the C60. Oh, there's loads of, my brain's not even working right. I could sit here all day if I had the list in front of me. There would be a lot on that list. And this is up the top for a dive watch under $1,000. The build quality, the design, the movement they've used, the clasp, everything. This will never leave my collection. Never. It'll always be in my collection. Everyone says, oh, never say never. I swear to God, I'll sell my kids before I sell this. That's how good it is. This is a surefire contender. The Formex Reef. Now, I mentioned in the sports watch section about the Formex Essence 39. I thought that was outstanding. This, it's more expensive. You're talking £1,600 and up once you add on the bracelet. And if you want to change the bezel, but this, absolutely phenomenal. It's not the most expensive watch that I've reviewed ever. I've reviewed watches over £2,000. This is well under that. You know, you're still going to get like 400 quid worth change out of that. And as I say, when I reviewed this, I compared it to an Oris Aquis because it's in the same kind of price range, retail price, but they're both about £1,600. And I said it then and I'll say it again, I would take this over the Oris Aquis all day, every day. It's got a COSC certified chronometer movement. The bracelet's so much better. The clasp is a million times better. On the fly adjustment. But it's everything about this watch. Every single square millimetre of this watch has been tweaked to perfection. That's how good it is. That dial, man. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right. Anyway, the dive watch of the year, it's a tough one. And I'm going to have to make my decision on camera. Oh shit. I'm going to have to make my decision on camera, as I say. And it's between these two. Because what makes them so special is the build quality. But my dive watch of the year has got to be the Waldorf. The Waldorf Seawolf. Mainly because of the price. Because when I'm comparing it to the Formex, focus. When I'm comparing it to the Formex, it's less than half the price. But I would say the quality. It's not got the same movement. It doesn't have the same specifications. The Formex is all singing, all dancing, and it's still a good price for what you're getting. A really good price, especially when you compare it to the competition. However, put that out the road now. The Waldorf for me is the dive watch of the year. It's expensive for a lot of people, $780, but what you're getting for the money, phenomenal. Absolutely, I keep saying that, didn't I? I don't know, I've lost count how many times I've said that in this video. Absolutely superb watch. Dive watch of the year, the Seawolf from Waldorf. That's all the categories done. However, there's one left, and that's my overall, my watch of the year. If I had to pick one watch of the year 2021 for me is the Formex Reef. It's outstanding, it really is. Now, it's expensive, it's £1,600 plus, but as I say, when you compare it to a competition, it basically takes its cock out and pisses all over everything else. That's a fucking analogy and a half, isn't it? That's how good this Reef is from Formex. Definitely. My watch of the year 2021, the Formex Reef. Well done, and thanks to everyone at Formex as well. They're brilliant to work with, and I just trusted me enough to send me this watch in the first place. You know what I mean? This is like, see, when you're talking, I mean, it's big money. Don't get me wrong, but when you're talking the price category it's in, you're looking at like stuff, because I love a micro brand. I mean, that's why I do this, because of micro brands. There's the occasional big brand that comes into, you know, what I review and whatnot, but I would say 90% of what I review is micro brands. And this is right up there in terms of cost. As I say, other alternatives, you could spend the same money on an Oris Aquis. Great watch, but I hate all the fucking polishing on the bracelet. It's just a scratch magnet. And it's just got a bog standard SW200 movement in it. Unless you go for their 400 caliber. But then you're looking at, it's an extra 1,000. And then you're talking Tudor Black Bay 58 money. And I know which one I'd rather buy out of the two. Tudor, obviously. Aye, but this, what's other alternatives have you got in this price range? You know, between 1,500 and £2,000. You've got Monta watches, great watches again, great build quality and all that. But you're not getting with them what you get with Formex, are you? No, definitely. I can't even think about starting an argument with myself, because I do that quite a lot about watches. This Formex Reef Watch of the Year 2021. Congratulations. Right, I'll be back soon. In fact, let me give you, I'm not even giving you a wrist shot of any of the watches, but I'm not going to go through them all. I'm just going to show you the Formex Reef. And yes, a lot of people say, oh, put it on the silver bezel instead of the black one. Right, so I put it on the silver one. There, brilliant watch. Love it. Right, as I say, I'll be back in my next video, and it'll just be back to unboxings and reviews and whatnot. I'm not going to do a state of collection video. I just didn't see the point, because mine changes fucking more than I change my underwear. No smart comments, fuckers. There's no point. You've practically seen everything that I wear regular. I've practically showed you today. The only one that'll be gone will be the Christopher board, the automatic, because I've got the GMT. I don't need both. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. I apologise again that this video has been a bit long, but I might, if I remember, I'll go through and I'll put timestamps on every single section or different type of watches and that. Right, I'll see you in the next video. Toodles.